Hey guys, today we will be talking about gin. It is quite similar to vodka, but unlike vodka, it does have a flavor in itself. Now, this gin is also a distilled spirit which is actually made the same way any other distilled spirit is made, but it has the flavor and aroma of juniper berries. The gin word was derived from the French word called genièvre, which means juniper. It was introduced as a medicine to treat kidney disorder, stomach ailments, gallstones, and gout. This gin and many other spirits were actually used as a medicines rather than a part of beverage that gin and these spirits are. This gin is actually still used to treat these written disorders and ailments. The gin alcoholic strength is 40% ABV in general. How the gin is produced. Now there are three methods of how gin is produced. There's pot distilled gin, column distilled gin, and compound gin. By the name only you will be able to understand how these gins are getting distilled. As we have learnt about pot distillation and column distillation in the previous video that I've uploaded. If you have not seen my previous video about the distillations, I have the link in the description. Please go and check it out for better understanding. So this gin in pot distilled gin, it is first distilled normally and then it is redistilled to increase the ABV level and also to get the flavors of botanicals and juniper berries. The ABV of this gin comes to around 68%, and then it goes for aging, which is quite rare in white spirits. So this gin goes for aging in wooden or oak casks for 1 to 3 years generally. Now when we talk about the column distilled gin, this method is very interesting, as this kind of gin is first distilled through a column still and then it is redistilled with juniper berries in a pot still. So because it is easier to attach a gin head which is used in this, a gin basket or a gin head which is used in this, it is easier to attach a gin basket in a pot still. That's why after the column still, it is redistilled with juniper berries in a pot still. What is a gin basket, you'll ask? We will do this in the next slide. First, we'll understand about the production. All the London dry gins are actually made this way, in a column distilled gin way. Now let's talk about a less expensive method of making gin, which is compound gin. In this, combination of neutral spirit and oil and extracts of botanicals are combined. These herbs and berries are left for infusion and after that they are bottled. They might be filtered or not. All Indian gins are compound gin. On the right hand, you will have a picture of a pot still and a gin basket attached to it. You can see a lean arm which is attached to the gin basket. Now you can see that there is a circular glass from which one can notice the berries and herbs. This photo is not that clear, so I have put some links in the description by which you will be able to understand the diagram and the way the gin basket is. It is basically a percolated basket which is suspended and it contains the juniper berries and other botanicals. So during the distillation, the alcohol-rich vapor which passes through this gin basket and picks up the flavor and aroma of these berries and herbs, and then goes to the lin arm, then to the condenser where it finally condenses and collected in the collector with the aroma and flavor of these berries. So this is an infusion not in the liquid form but in a gaseous form. The brands of gin. These are the most popular brands, and I'm quite sure you would have heard of these. Tanqueray, Bombay Sapphire, Beefeater, these are from United Kingdom. Blue Ribbon, White Mischief, McDowell Crystal, the Duet is actually a mixture of orange and lime, and also the botanical herbs. These are from India. And others, I'll say Gordon's from USA, and one of the finest gin, which is Hendrick's, is from Scotland. So now we will be talking about the classical cocktails that are gin based. So the gin has a flavor of its own. Seeing on your screens that many of these cocktails are basically gin with lime juice or carbonated water. You can see the gimlet is gin and lime juice. You add carbonated water to it, you can make a gin fizz or a gin ricky. You add sugar to the gin fizz, you will get yourself a Tom Collins. When you have a gin with tonic water, you will get a gin and tonic, which is one of the most popular gin based cocktail. Most of these gin based cocktails are actually served with a lime wedge. Now, Gibson is gin with dry vermouth with the garnish of an onion bulb. It might sound rare, but it is really good. For French 75 is known to be a royal cocktail, as there is an addition of champagne to it. Negroni is gin, vermouth and Campari. Campari is a liqueur and considered as an aperitif with a flavor of sweet and spice but equally bitter, and has a dark red color to it, which gives the Negroni its dark red color. Hope you learned and understood everything about gin. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Tune in every day for a new content, and thank you for watching.